Ladies, do you know where the hot single men are? They're on the pickleball courts. They're sweaty and sexy and shirtless. You know that 6'5" finance guy you're looking for? He's on the pickleball court after work. So get off the apps, go get yourself a cute little skirt, grab a paddle, and go get yourself that Sigma Alpha, honey.
So you guys know the creator Brand Flakes. On his latest podcast, he was like, where are the hot liberal men? And the women in the comments were like, they're already married because they were mature enough to get wives. So, Brand, if you're watching this, please set up a singles event calling out to the hot liberal men. Thank you.
Not going on dating apps for dates. Where are we meeting men?
Well, this is a great question, and I have a two-pronged answer for you, one being the easier way and another one being the harder way. I'm going to start with the harder way first. So number one, you must build an archetype of the type of guy that you want. What does he do? What does he believe in? What's his socioeconomic status? Oh, I want a guy in his 30s or in his 20s who makes X amount with, you guys have a ton of more preferences, but stick to the main ones. And then figure out, now that you have your archetype, where does this guy go and spend his free time? Where do they go? And then go there. You must be there. Put yourself in position to be approached by the guy that you say you want. And number two, which is the easier way, which is you just continue to live out your routine in your day, but you make a switch. And that switch is you must send cues and signals, mating signals to the type of guys you're interested in. Smile, eye contact throughout your day.
Where are all the provider good men at? As a dating coach, I can tell you that they still exist. Unfortunately, a good provider man is just not average anymore. And as someone who married a provider mindset man, I can tell you that there's going to be seasons in your life and in your relationship where you might have to do 20-80. Or in my case, for 4 months, it was 40-60. But it was all temporary. And here's one of the things that you need to understand as a lady who's in the dating market. You have to take a risk. There's risk in everything you do. So if you think, okay, so he has good character, he has good money, he has this, he has that, there's nothing that could go wrong, think again. But where are these provider men? They are literally everywhere. I need you ladies to understand that if you are a man's dream woman, he will move mountains for you to give you the lifestyle that you want. You won't need to force yourself. You won't need to mold yourself into something that you are not. Men are simple. They either love you or they just want you for a good time. They see you as a wife or they don't. So instead of focusing on where are they at, I recommend for you to build a life of love. Learn to love yourself and learn how to accept yourself and learn how to be at peace with yourself. Because that energy alone is so magnetic to the correct men, and you will intimidate and turn off the men that are not meant to be in your life. As always, ladies, be wise.
If you want a boyfriend, the only thing you need to do is move to San Francisco. You don't have to do anything else after that. I was there this weekend. Every single man was hot and tall and successful. There were no other types of men. Every single solitary one, and there were thousands of them, and there were no women. I've never seen anything like it. I don't totally understand why it's like that, but that's where you find a husband, I guess. So you're welcome. And in fact, I was so confused that I asked some of the men about it, and I was like, how's dating here? And almost every single one was like, I really want a girlfriend, but it's really hard to find single women here. Is this true? Like, does anyone live there, and can you verify this?
So if you're over 30 and single, listen to my rant, please. Where do you find guys? And don't tell me online dating. No, I'm not going to believe you. If you just go, hey, online dating, found them on Bumble. Yeah, so did 3 of my best friends. Like, Hinge, Bumble, and Tinder, actually. But, like, not now. Not in 2023. We're not finding people online. Like, they just want our money. They don't want our love. So, where do you meet them? And then I've been getting TikToks. It's like, leave the house. It's like, okay, I'll leave the house. Where am I going?
Where are the single men who actually want something real? No games, just real connection. The women here are ready for you. The women are waiting for something real, for someone real. If you are a man, comment your country, your age, what you're looking for. Maybe someone's going to reply to you and maybe it's your soulmate. You know, every day on this account, I see women sharing, supporting, and showing that they're ready. Come and check out what they're saying. Go meet them. They're from everywhere around the world. You never know who you're going to meet. Have a chit chat. I call them pen pals. That becomes more than just pen pals. You never know. I'll see you guys later. Whoop whoop.
These women are putting straight AI pictures in the chat. I mean, you got some real ones, which pretty impressive, I guess. She's 57 from the Philippines. Now you probably can't see my screen. Yeah, this AI. Some of these women look like they on OF. That's what this look like, to be honest with you. They look like they on OF. Well, not her. 43 in the US. 30 from Uganda. Okay. What would you like? From London, this looked like AI, to be honest with you. Single from Zambia. She looked tired. She from the Philippines. That's all you. Anybody that want that, that's you. This look like OF. Or somebody's picture. They stole somebody's stuff. Rose, I don't know how many people gonna see you for anything other than a good time. Yeah, as you can see all these women over here on the right side, you get the point. Searching from Texas, from the Philippines, 44, from Michigan. Yeah, they out there, I guess, a few of them. Y'all have fun if you want to.
Right, this one is for the single ladies. I asked the men have delivered. Where do they go when they are single and, you know, in their late 20s, 30s, 40s? Like, what are they doing when they're not at home? Most of them said they are just at home, so that's not remotely helpful. But some of them have given a list of places that they go. None of them have said they actually want to be approached, though, so, you know, proceed with caution. Most of them, coffee shops. Apparently, I feel like this is because I mentioned it in the video, because I don't think I've seen many eligible bachelors at coffee shops. Someone did say, stop looking for eligible, just find a bachelor. So maybe that's where I'm going wrong. Someone also said maybe they're avoiding me, which at this point, obviously also a possibility. I'm not going to take it personally. A lot of people said gym. I don't know. I feel like there's a conflict of interest here. I feel like so many people would say, don't approach me at the gym. It's me time. I'm sweaty and gross. I don't want to be hit on. I feel like maybe some people do. I don't know. Let me know if you would be okay being hit on at the gym. I personally think that if you're there, you're probably focusing on yourself and you've got your music in, and it's just like not a good time to tap someone on the shoulder unless you're saying, sorry, how long are you going to be on that? So I don't know, let me know. Someone said in the woods whilst they're walking their dog, please don't do that. We have survival instinct. We are not that desperate. We do not need to meet men in woods. So let's never, ever do that one. Running club. I think it's a cult. I think running club is a cult. I think it's a pyramid scheme. I think when you go there, you have to recruit at least one other person. Are people really going to running clubs to find the love of their life? Are they just going there to run? Because that's what I would assume they were going to a running club for. But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we need like a singles running club. I don't know. I don't know. I take that back. And then supermarket. Everybody seems to be going to the supermarket, which does make sense, because everybody needs to eat. So maybe that's it. In this economy, that seems like a really reasonable option. So yeah, looking for a husband or a partner or a date, or just a companion. Supermarket, you know, Middle Isle of Aldi. Like that's maybe the best we can offer at the moment. Good luck. Happy searching.
I have a serious question. Where are all the single straight men? Like, I genuinely think there's an inventory issue. Because when I tell you guys, I know so many single women that are successful, beautiful, fun, funny, cool, intelligent, like amazing, amazing women. But between all of us, we don't have a single great guy that we can set the other one up with.
I don't really know where to start, because she almost got every single point wrong in this video. Because I thought it was pretty common sense that everyone knows that most young men right now are single compared to women. especially in her specific age bracket. So if you're saying there's an inventory issue of men, that is definitely not the problem, but I'll tell you what is the problem. Is that in her own words, she's saying that, listen, I know so many beautiful, articulate, successful, amazing, beautiful, great, whatever you want to say, women, and I just can't find a single guy to go and pair her up with. Why do you think that is? Because girls are hypergamous. And for those who don't know what hypergamy is, girls only really want to date up or around their level. Typically, they don't like to date down. They're not going to date a guy who's less successful than them, who's not as smart as them, who's not as good looking as them. Typically, they don't date down. And in general, even though most of the comments did seem to let this girl know why, a lot of girls don't like when I make this point because it sounds like I'm not being empathetic to the struggles that women go through in dating. But overall, in regular dating, it is a less fulfilling process for the man. Because think of all the videos that girls make about how they wasted their time going on a date with this guy or that guy. Imagine the same thing, but like you have to pay for it every single time. So not only do you end up like wasting your time and energy like doing this process, you also like had to pay for it too. Literally made like 8 videos in the last week of girls who literally will laugh at the idea of ever having to do anything, pay for something, give a man a gift, do anything for a guy. And you think that guys are going to be running, knocking down your door to be like, hey, let me pay for all your stuff. Let me do this. And like, you're going to give them nothing. I made a video on this woman who was going on a rant in her car saying how her friends were excited because the guy took her on a date. He held her hand. He opened her door. He did this. He did that. And that's the bare minimum. Those are literally very nice things to do, especially on a first date. And that's not the bare minimum, because then we argue what's the bare minimum for a girl, because I guarantee you there's really not much. Because I've seen countless videos of girls going on these rants about I can't find any good options for men out there, but then they literally laugh at the idea at having to do any single favor for a guy. What kind of man do you think you're going to get who's going to agree to those kind of terms? It's going to be a guy who doesn't have that many options. If you want a guy who's got options, you're going to have to be nice to him. I know that's crazy, but trust me, there's plenty of single men out there. It's just the ones that you want do not want you, and the ones that want you, you don't want. Because in this economy, sometimes being single is the smarter financial decision, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
I often get this question, where are all the good single men? My team member and I were going through profiles today, and we were looking at and reviewing who to match with who, and we're reflecting on some of the things that we've been seeing. And one of the biggest things we noticed was that the men that were really stand out, that were super amazing, like really solid in almost every dimension, they weren't like the super out there type of guys. Like they were maybe the guys that'll be a little bit more quiet, a little bit more in the background. They're not the ones that are maybe looking for attention. They're not the ones that are like going to be out there and immediately charismatic. They're going to be the ones that maybe have like 4 out of 5 of the things on your checklist. Maybe they'll have one of those things missing. I'm not speaking for all single men, but I'm just saying that maybe the good ones are just quieter.
Dallas, Texas has been rated the worst city to date in 3 years in a row. The girls are wondering where they can find men, and I've got a list of places where I think you can meet them. These are places that I've been to personally where I've been approached by single men. I would not be doing y'all justice if I didn't put down golf courses. I'm a cart girl. I know it personally. Go to the golf courses. And I'm not even going to put a specific one because there's literally hundreds in Texas. Go to a golf course, and if it's a private golf course, you can still go. Just go to the restaurant. Every single golf course is going to have a restaurant. Go to your golf course restaurant. I would recommend going from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast because golfers are going to go get something to eat before they tee off. And golfers usually want to go and get it out the way first thing in the morning. So go from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast. But if you're not an early riser, I would recommend going from 1 to 4. That's when they're going to be finished with their round and they're going in for lunch, dinner. Do not go to a golf course restaurant from 5 to like 9 because that's when they're going to dinner with their wives. Golf courses. Go to the golf courses. I'm telling you, I'm a cart girl. I literally get hit on by golfers all day long. Go to the golf courses. Yes, some of them will be married and they will try and hit on you. But there are mixed in single ones. And if there aren't, they will, I'm telling you, they will try and put you on with their sons, their grandsons. Go to the golf courses and become a regular. Now, I'm not a football girly, but I am a basketball girly. The American Airlines Center Lounge. The lounges, they have like a tequila lounge, a bourbon lounge, and I think they have a vodka one. I'm not sure, but I've been to the tequila one. There be some pressure. There's pressure in there. I walked in with a group of my friends one time. We just walked in. Every eye was on us. They were looking at us. We were in there for 3 minutes. 3 minutes. And we had guys staring at us about to buy us drinks. We had to get out of there. I'm not drinking right now. Leave me alone. Go to American Airlines Center. They have cheap tickets. You don't need to be up front to meet these men. The men your age probably don't have the money either. It doesn't even matter. Buy a ticket with your friends and go to the lounge, look cute, wear a cute little outfit, have a drink. Go, and organically you will meet people. And there's so many bars around American Airlines Center where people go after the game. I'm telling you, you'll meet people. Just be social, be happy, be fun, and you're gonna meet somebody. That being said, one thing I noticed as well with the lounges is there aren't a lot of girls there. You want to go somewhere where you're not outnumbered, where, not to say that competition or anything like that, but naturally, if there's 50 girls and 10 guys, the chances of you meeting somebody organically isn't gonna happen unless you're like the prettiest girl in the world. At these lounges, I've noticed it's typically mostly men. Even in the games in general, it's typically mostly men, and the women that are there are with a guy. Go to the game. Just go to the game. Please just trust me. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I've noticed that men love live music, especially if it's free. So I've got some live music bars listed that I've been to several times where I've been approached. Sidecar Social in Addison or Frisco, they usually have a live band. You can check their calendar for which specific days, but they also do live band karaoke, which I think is so much fun. I'm a karaoke girly. I love karaoke. But Bedford Ice House as well. Bedford Ice House also has a live band, but I don't think they have karaoke. With that being said, for these live music bands, make sure you look cute, go with your friends, have a couple drinks. If you don't drink, don't drink. But don't be that one girl who's sitting on the side judging the girls that are dancing along to the band. Don't be that girl who's judging the band. Be a beautiful spirit, and beautiful things will be attracted to you, you know? So go to these live music bands. Even if you have to, like, I feel like it's more socially acceptable too at these live music places if you see a cute guy to approach him. Especially if you're tipsy. Like, everyone's having a good time, everyone's vibing at live music venues. It's always such a good vibe. I promise you'll have fun with your friends. Try this out. And I'm gonna list it one more time because y'all didn't listen to me last time. Freaking Eatsies! Go to Eatsies! I know I got so much hate for saying that last time, but I'm telling you, I literally went today with my best friend. We went to freaking Eatsies, and she literally saw the cutest guy. He was staring at her. They had a whole freaking conversation over the roasted turkey. She ate her lunch in front of him, and I could just tell he wanted to ask her out. He wanted to ask her out, but I was with her. He was too scared. He probably thought we were a couple. Go to Eatsies by yourself and enjoy your lunch. Become a regular. Meet the people. Go to freaking Eatsies. I'm tired of telling you guys this. Eatsies, or even just sandwich spots. Freaking Jason's Deli. Go to Jason's Deli. Go to, not Subway. Don't go to Subway. But anything like Eatsies, these businessmen love. If you're into businessmen, go to Eatsies or anything similar. If it's a market/bakery go to Eatsies.
And you talking about it typically being only men in some of these places like lounges and stuff is the reason why a lot of these women don't have anybody to date. They don't take interest in what men want. The only interest they have is, say for instance, a man would approach them in the gym. Now the man is on their terms, and the man has to say, where do you want to go? Well, I want to go here, and I want to go there. Okay. And so now that starts the process of going where she wants to go all the time. Okay, I want to go here. I want to do this. I want to hang out over here, right? Which is fine. But there's never any, for these modern women, there's never any reciprocation. The vast majority of women that you're talking to, they're not planning on reciprocating. They're planning on going there and taking. Oh, I want a drink. Buy me this, buy me that. That time is going to run out. That time is going to run out. You're not going to be sitting there for the rest of your life getting drinks, right? At some point in time, you're going to be like, oh man, you know, I maybe my girlfriend wants to stay out here and do this type of stuff, but I don't want to get married. You know, this was fun for a while, but I want to do something else. I want to actually settle down and have a family. She don't have the same aspiration that you do. She going to stay out there, soak up all the validation that she feel like she didn't get as a child. And you going to be following her around, and she going to ruin your chance at a family. So you need to go ahead and break off. I guess you can go to wherever she's talking about, but at some point in time, your vision and your focus needs to be intentional. You trying to find a relationship needs to be intentional. Right now, y'all just trying to find somewhere to meet a cute guy to get him to buy you a drink and post it on Instagram. But at some point in time, before it gets too late, You need to find somebody that you actually want to be in a relationship with, and y'all go ahead and get together.
Okay, this video is for my single men, kids, no kids, I don't care. I'm pushing 40 at this point. Where do y'all hang out? Do you guys approach anyone that's not like in a bar or club setting? Like, I would love to know. I have not been on a dating app in almost a year, and that may or may not be my last date. Because my last date was somebody I met on a dating app, and I said, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't have it in me. I'm not doing it. Like, I know there's men out there, alright, good ones, I know, but I have yet to find them, okay? And a lot of them are not on dating apps. So that's why I cut them off. I've been getting more into my faith. I'm just being to, like, God, you know, sending me someone in front of my face because I'm in my feminine energy and I'm not pursuing. It's masculine. That's a whole nother video. But anyways, this question is for you guys. Like, women want you, okay? But we don't have time for the BS. Like, we just don't. So, you're a single man, or just, no, single, why am I even, no baby mom, no wife that you're like kind of broken up with, like completely single. Where do you guys hang out? Because I spend time like during the day, you know, out and about by myself, and I have yet to really like meet anyone. Every time I see a decent looking guy, there's his woman trailing behind him, because I sure don't see y'all at parks. Do you guys just hibernate during the day at home and then you go out at night? Do you guys like go out with your kids or something, or just alone? Or do you like order stuff because you don't want to be out and about by yourself? I don't know. Let me know.
So, single guys, if you're not in the club, where do you be?
Too much sauce. That man's in there. Hey, that's too much sauce. Let me know when I was famous. I had too much sauce. My bitch is gay. Too much sauce. That's too much sauce. That's too much sauce.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. Everywhere I go is female dominated. When I went to college, female dominated, which is concerning, very concerning. I go to work, female dominated. I go to the bookstore, female dominated. I'm not going to the bar. I do not drink. Like, I just kind of want to know what happened to millennial men and where they are hiding. Like, where do they even go? Don't tell me to go to the gym. I can't pay for a membership. It's so expensive. And then when I'm like, you know what, maybe I could do Planet Fitness. Then in my comment section, I see things like, don't go to Planet Fitness. All right, fine. Like, all of my hobbies are introverted. I like playing video games, but I like playing cozy, like, one-person video games. I don't like being on, like, Call of Duty and shit, even though I do like Call of Duty men. But I don't play Call of Duty. Also, I'm a writer. Like, that's my main hobby. If I'm doing that in public, like, I'm not looking up. I go to the coffee shop. There's no men there. I went to the coffee shop one day because I was off, and I was like, let me just go sit in Starbucks, because a man would go and get his coffee before work, right? Like a businessman. You want to know who was there? Old men. I'm very concerned because men my age, do you guys not work? Like, where are you? Like, girls keep telling me that I got to go out. I'm out. I go outside. There's no men there. I even went to a concert. Men with their girlfriends. Granted, I saw a sleep token. I even like Mass Talk. Guess what? Biggest thing about Mass Talk, no men there. It's all women pretending to be men. Sorry. I used to go to conventions. There were men there with their girlfriends. So I'm just wondering, where are the millennial single men who do not have children in New Jersey? Where's the hangout? Because I'll go. I'll fucking go. I don't know how to end this video, so I'm just going to end there. Bye.
As a single black woman who's a Christian, it is not enough for me to be with a man who just has John 3:16 tatted across his chest and watches church on YouTube. I am intentional about my walk with Christ. I go to church. I involve myself in community, Bible studies, serve, and all those things. And I want a man who's matching that energy. And I feel like I look to the left of me and I look to the right of me in the church house. I see women. I see women all the time. And when I do see men, they are married or in relationships. And although although on the occasion some of them do try to make themselves available to me, I'm not interested in dating somebody else's husband or somebody else's boyfriend. I want a single man who honors relationships. And I feel like it is not as easy to come by as I had hoped. And I have a lot of other single friends who are Christians who feel the same way. Like, where is the Black Christian men who are like intentional in their faith, who are walking in their faith, who are involving themselves in the spaces and places, praying every day, like just like really being intentional? Because it's like, I want a man who's gonna love me as Christ loved the church, who's gonna pray with me and pray for me, and we're gonna like serve together and all those things. And I feel like growing up like in the church, like that is what we were taught as, you know, women growing up, like this type of relationship, these are like marriage goals and da 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 da. And it's like, yes, my heart does desire a strong man of the faith, but where is he at? And in my dating ship so far, I've come across men who say that they're Christian, but they're not as intentional in their walk. And so I find myself having to like drag them to church with me. Now, I don't want to say drag, but like that's how it feels. It's like you weren't going to church on your own until I started bringing you along with me, and now we're going to church together. But it's like, where are the men who already have that existing level of dedication to the Lord, who are single? Let me emphasize that part. Who are single, because that's what I want. I feel like it's nothing wrong with wanting somebody to match your energy, especially like in a faith. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm just wondering where they are. If somebody could put me in the right direction, I would really appreciate it. And these are just standards and expectations that I have for my own husband. Not every human walking the earth, like your walk with Christ is your business. But as it pertains to like my husband and like the desires of my heart, like, yeah, I do want a husband who can be the spiritual leader of my household. And not even the leader, but like we're co-leading it. But if I'm having to get you up to speed, how are you becoming a leader? I'm the leader. And like, I don't really see me being the leader and then you like, no, I want us to be co-leaders. I want us to be equals in that. And I feel like if you don't have that and you're looking to me to help you build it, it's very much like, I don't want to be a pillar in the foundation of your own relationship with you in Christ. Like I want my husband to have his own foundation, his own independent relationship, so that if something happens in our relationship, you know what I'm saying? If we get in a fight, are you going to stop praying? If our relationship doesn't work out, are you not going to go to church anymore? You know what I'm saying? And like some people really do be on that. And I don't want that. Like I want somebody who already has their foundation in Christ. They already got their own journey. I have my own journey. So that when we come together, we are two whole people coming together. And if you are a person who does not mind building somebody up in Christ and building a romantic relationship on top of that and building a life together on top of that, that's fine, Bob the Builder, Bobbiana the Builder. That's fine. That seems like a whole lot of work to me. It seems like a whole lot of work. And I don't think it's fair. For me, like, I don't think it's fair, and it's not really something I'm interested in. I'm not interested in doing that. Build your own walk with Christ. I built my own, you build your own. I built my own job and career and all the other stuff. I'm hoping to meet a man who's already built his own job, life, and career. Like, can I encourage you on your walk? Absolutely. Can I support you on your walk? Absolutely. But again, I'm not getting no bricks. I'm not getting no cement. I'm not building nothing from scratch with you. We can build a life together, a marriage together, which is already a lot of work. But like, as an individual, like, it's some stuff you just need to build on your own. And in my opinion, a relationship with Christ is something that you need to build on your own, like outside of romantic partnership.
Well, a lot of times these types of men they go home. They are at church, but they go home. Y'all don't see these type of men slip in and out. Slip in. I might slip in at the back. I could be sitting in the middle of the church. I'd sit anywhere. I sit at the front. I might be on the praise team. I might be playing the drums. I might be serving on the Greek team. There's a plethora of different places that a man of this caliber can and will be serving. But you don't notice them because they're low key. They don't make a bunch of noise. You might see it. You actually do see them come in. You see them. Oh man, who is that? It's a new guy on the praise thing. Oh, okay. All right. I see you. But you really don't pay too too much attention to him because he don't meet what you think is your standard of looking good. He's nice, he's put together, but I'm looking for that ultra good looking man. I'm looking for that refined man. And once again, you're standing at the end of the race, at the finish line, looking for a man, thinking that God is going to give you a man that you can pick at the end of that's already completely finished. And that's not it. That's not it. Like, I mean, where in the heck in the Bible has he given somebody a finished product that you didn't have to work in, that you didn't have to put skin in the game in? Even when you look at Adam and Eve, they were put in a garden that was perfect. But guess what they still had to do? They had to work that land, work it. They still had a job to do. Even though they talk about the Garden of Eden was perfect and it was this, they still had work to do. Period. End of story. Y'all are looking for a man that really ain't got nothing to do. Y'all just hop on his train and then do X, Y, and Z. No, you know that there ain't no life of glamour like that. You at some point in time are going to be working. Later on, you're probably going to receive your reward. You could probably receive some sort of return on your investment. But at some point in time, you're going to have to work, and you're going to have to do a lot of work.
Where do single men between the ages of 28 and 40 go on Saturdays? And I don't mean like a specific restaurant or a specific location. I mean, generally speaking. Are they at the gym? Are they at a bar watching football? Are they on a hike? Are they at home doing additional work? Are they at the driving range? Are they getting brunch with their friends? What does a 28 to 40-year-old single man's typical Saturday look like? Because I can tell you what a Saturday for a 28 to 40-year-old single woman looks like. As part of my fall of outdoors, I'm trying to integrate experiences where I get to meet the male species. Every time that I've tried to do that, the places that I end up tend to be proliferated with 24-year-old men screaming at a television about football. For example, my Saturday looks like this. I wake up, I take my dog on a walk, I try to get in a gym class of some sort, Pilates, some kind of stretching class, I take a shower, make a cup of coffee, make my breakfast, and then I try and do about 2 hours of either work or personal errands. And then from about 12 p.m. until approximately 5 p.m. I try and do something social with my friends. We'll go to a bar to watch a football game, go to the beach for the afternoon, whatnot. And then I typically stay in on Saturday night, order in DoorDash, watch a movie, have a glass of wine, and go to bed. That's the male equivalent of that, so I know where to find you guys during the period of 12 to 5.
Are all the good single men being held in captivity somewhere? Where are we meeting decent men? Like guys who are actually ready for a relationship. I was out with my girlfriends last night. We're all young. We're all hot. We have hobbies. We have careers. We go to workout classes. We're thriving out and about baddies. And we can't seem to find decent single men.
Aw, sweetie. The men aren't interested because y'all have nothing to offer. I mean, who cares that you have a career? Who cares that you go to workout classes? You have hobbies. La-di freaking da. And while y'all think you're hottie 10s, in reality, you're mids at best. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But you have the attitudes of 10s. Truth is, none of what you listed matters to men in the least. None of it. If anything, those things prove you're all about the shallow. All about the superficial. Because not one of those things makes a woman a good wife or mate. Not one of them even makes you a decent human being. And the fact that you listed them as what you're bringing to the table is exactly the reason why men are avoiding you, and all women for that matter. It shows that you don't listen to men, don't value men, and aren't ever going to either. Sorry, darlings, but you're offering nothing, literally nothing that men want. And it's pretty obvious. You don't even have the first clue what that even is. So.
All right, y'all, I have a question. Where are all the single men at? Every man that I see who is remotely good looking is with a woman or with a child. Where are the single men with no children? Where are they? Do they exist? Because at this point, I think I'm looking for a unicorn. Lord, bring me to spaces where my future husband with no child is going to find me. Because I'm out here. I am out here. Where is he? I'm pretty sure he's at church. I've been going to church. He still has yet to find me. Maybe I'm staying in the wrong section, but I'm in there. Okay? I'm going to be patient and I'm going to pray on it because I know my time will come. But hey, I'm single and I'm ready to mingle.
So where are the men? Where do y'all hang out? If you don't go to coffee shops? I'm so tired of like going to a bar or like go to different events and they're like 90% of the ladies and only 3 men hang out in the corner. Do you guys just not leave the house or like go outside? Yeah, I would love to stop using all the dating apps that are just not working anymore and start meeting people in real life organically. But where do men usually hang out? I feel like I've been looking at the wrong places. So let me know in the comments.
Is there just a shortage of hot men, or like what the fuck is going on? I live in Los Angeles. This is where men are supposed to be hot. This is where people are supposed to be hot. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Remember in the 90s when you could see like any fucking show, any teen drama, any sitcom, and like there were at least a couple good hot, I mean like actually hot, I mean like jawlines, I mean like faces you hadn't seen, I mean like piercing eyes, big lashes, I mean like bodies, I mean like despite what it might seem like, I love men, okay? I love them. I think they're so delicious. I think they're so yum when they actually are. But I feel like we're living in a time that's just, what is going on? And everywhere I go, women, stunning, beautiful, incredible, no notes, beautiful, stunning. They don't even look alike. They all look so good, so good. And here I am, a raging bisexual, and yet I love men. I think they're so yum. I think they're so delicious. When I can find one, okay? And listen, if I find a man, if I find an attractive man that I see that I'm like, that is a hot man. He's either attached to a partner, a woman, or attached to a partner, a man, or insufferable to speak to. I mean, oh my God. Oh my God. There's no subject matter that actually intersects in terms of what we're interested in. And I just don't understand. I work in alcohol. I'm in bars literally for my job. I am in bars by myself 4 times a week at minimum. And I look around all the time and I think, is this what we have? Is this what we have? And honestly, it wouldn't bother me if more men had like great personalities or were fun or exciting or like offered some kind of rhetoric that was interesting. But oh my God. Oh my God. We want to like you so bad. We want to like you so bad. Please make it easier on us, okay? That's my PSA.
Ladies, forget the club. I'm going to tell you where you're going to find your man at. I'm going to tell you where your man is at. He's at the grocery store. He's down to the Kroger's, okay? Let me tell you something. Forget the club. You don't want no man that's addicted to that nightlife. It ain't nothing worse than freshly divorced men that's out here hurt and on the prowl looking for some ass. Absolutely the fuck not. Let me tell you where you want to go. It's Kroger. You want to go early in the morning, but pretty much any time of day, you going to see some men in there and they going to be shopping. They shopping. And you can end up in the cart, huh? And it's easy. You can see what kind of car they drove up in. That's one thing. And you can tell if they married because if their wife sent them to the store, they gonna be walking around with a little list and looking confused. They might ask you where something is because they don't know. Some lady done sent them here. You could go ahead and stay away from them if you want to. But the single men is at the store because they got to come do the shopping themselves. They got to come do the shopping themselves. They don't got nobody at home to cook for them. So you could tell by what they got in their basket. It's like one piece of fruit, some energy drinks or something, maybe some something healthy old men eat. You know, some cantaloupe or something. I don't know, but I'm telling you, forget going out. Forget that late night stuff. Your man's in them, Zaddy and them is at the grocery store. Don't say I ain't gave you nothing.
I have had an epiphany tonight, right? Listen to this. Forget about going to running clubs. Forget about going to pottery. Forget about going to all these meetup groups, right? Forget about going on Hinge. I know where all the men are. They are in the Devonshire Arms in Soho. I have never in my life seen more men wall to wall, like 90% men. And I'm telling you, young, old, all fit. So fit, like it was baffling. Like that place in Guinness alone is cleaning up. And the Guinness is absolutely fucking class. But guys, we don't need to worry about dating apps anymore because we have the men literally there. So get yourselves into the Devonshire in Soho. It's where dreams are made of. Also, when I say dreams are made of, I got like 2 numbers and I was speaking to 2 guys, and I know I'm dressed like Peg Sayers again, but who cares? The moral of the story is, get to the Devonshire, girls. Get yourselves off the fucking running club. You don't need to run anywhere. You need to run to the Devonshire because that's where the men's are. The men's are?
Please don't go in there. Please don't go in there. Every single time a man goes somewhere, modern women want to go in there and mess it up. They want to go in there, start changing the rules, and mess stuff up. Please don't go in there with all of the BS, with all of the nonsense, with all of the PC. Please don't go in there with that nonsense. If you want to go in there, have a good time, then go on back to the house, then do that. But don't go in there starting drama, calling people broke, getting all up in people's faces, expecting them to pay for another round for you and your girls. Leave folks alone.
Ran across this post earlier today. Says, where are the single and ready to mingle men? And I would really like women to think rationally about this, because how long do you expect for the man that you want, a man that is actually desirable to other women, how long do you expect him to stay on the market? Because I ran into a very insightful video where a young lady was saying that the men that women claim they desire, the ones that are college educated, they have ambition, they are on a proper career path, you meet them in college. As a matter of fact, you meet most of those options in college. And I know college educated brothers right now that met their wives back in the day when they were staying in the dorms or the campus apartments, and they have not let go. That was back in 06, 07, 08. And I'm talking, they got the house, they got the cars, they got the accolades, they got the title, they got the social status, they got the money, they got a lot. Y'all expect a man like that, a man that's really on his square, to be available after 30? Baby, you are in competition with women that are peeping the play. They already know what this man is going to become. They already see what he is right now. There's no feasible way that you truly believe that these men are still going to be out in the wild. Plenty of them, as a matter of fact, out in the wild, and they've already been snatched up. I've been saying for a long time that good men do not stay on the market for long. That doesn't negate the fact that there are good women out there. There obviously are, but what you're looking for, it ain't out there no more. So yes, you may have to look a little bit harder, and yes, some of y'all might have to wait for a divorce. You got to wait your turn, wait till old girl is done. I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just trying to give a little bit of insight.
Y'all know, you know where I met my wife? I met my wife at the park. I met my wife at the park the first time, and then I didn't see her for a while after that night, and then we saw each other out at CBC weekend. I live in the DMV currently. At CBC weekend, and then we talked that night again. There was like a month or two in between then. But I met her at the park. The park. That's what I'm saying. Like, here's where I think this is what I'm running to. I'm not saying that you're saying this, but I'm responding to your video because your comment, because I think it's what some of these others in the comments are saying. Like, there are some of y'all that are saying, that are praying, God, send me a man, right? You're praying, God, send me a man. You go to church, you don't like none of those guys, but you stay in the house all day long. You go to work and then you go home and you don't go anywhere. You're not going to be a good man, a bad man, a medium good man. Like, you're not going to meet no man, any man like that way. And I'm just, yeah. And like in an earlier video, I said, I was like, yo, I see women everywhere I go. Like, I see women in the gym. I'm at the gym right now. I'm going to see a host of women when I go into the gym. I go to church. I'm going to see a lot of women when I go to church. I work at a church. So I'm gonna see women there. So like, I'm going to see women all the places that I frequent. I'm saying I think there are spaces that the men, whatever your archetype is of the man that you're looking for, there are men in those spaces, for instance, that may, like I mentioned to one of the Super Sage sisters, I was like, there are a lot of great men like at the cigar bar. And I mentioned a speakeasy and got called lukewarm, like so certain types of restaurants, like they attract certain type of men, but you got to be okay with going there. And I think the number one way to meet good men, and I literally just recorded this, which is I think it is between mutual parties. If you have a community of people, you have people that say, hey, I know you, I think y'all will be dope together. And mind you, these same conversations are happening amongst the fellas too. I hope it doesn't sound like I'm only like talking, like these same conversations happen amongst men too. I just got asked by a homeboy the other day. He was like, talking about, wanting a relationship or wanting to be in a relationship with somebody, but like finding it difficult to be in a relationship with somebody, or not to finding the right person to be in a relationship with. So
a video for all the single men out there. If you're single, can you stay around? Just stick around. If you're not single, just scroll past because this isn't for you, okay? All right, so single men, I just need to know and understand, because I have a couple of single friends and I'm like constantly trying to help them find a good guy. And like one predicament that I feel like a lot of single girls have is like a lot of single girls aren't in the club. And the club typically used to be where you would meet a guy. Like I even write songs about it, like out in the club and got somebody's hands on me and all this kind of stuff. Like that's what us songwriters write about a lot. But I feel like honestly these days, are you even in the club? Like a lot of people aren't in the club like they used to be in the club. And so single guys, if you're not in the club, where do you be? Where are you? Because I'm struggling with like how to advise my single girlfriends on where to find a good guy. Are you online? Are you in the grocery store? Are you in the library? Are you like busy at work? Are you on public transport? Like, where is a really good place to meet a good single guy these days? Like, I'm just asking for a friend.
Ladies, if you want to meet successful single men, in other words, the most eligible bachelors around, I'm going to tell you exactly where these guys hang out on weekends and after hours at work. And chances are you live a lot closer to one than you even realize, and you're not going. And that is private members only clubs. For example, golf courses, yacht clubs, places like Soho House, places like the Country Club. Now, you might be wondering, what if I'm not a member? How do I go? Or what if I can't afford it? Well, a couple ideas for you. Either start saving up for a membership. Instead of buying that Chanel bag or that Cartier bracelet, you buy a membership at the golf course or the ski club. Or option two, make friends with people who can bring you as a +1 for free. And that's actually not as hard as you might think. There are lots of ways you can do that. Bumble BFF, or just being open and out there, or hanging out at the restaurants in these clubs, because a lot of the times members will go there and you'll be able to meet them. But you gotta look good, you gotta be bubbly, you gotta be outgoing and friendly, and then it's just a matter of time. Follow me for more dating tips, and good luck.
It's a matter of time until what? It's a matter of time until what? You stay single? You get pumped and dumped by Chad roaming around seeing, you know what? Go ahead and tell them this stuff. Go ahead and let them know. Because they're going to go in there, they're going to get pumped and dumped. Chad and Tyrone going to be licking their chops. Twirl in the golf club. What do we got here? What do we have here? Slowly moving their drink around. They not even gonna look at you. They gonna smell fresh meat coming in the door. Tyrone gonna look at Chad and he gonna say, buddy, 9 o'clock. Chad gonna, I caught it. Is it your turn or is it my turn? Well, you got Jasmine last time. It's my turn. Well, man, I'll buy you a drink if you let me have her. Oh man, no, she too fine. I'm gonna get you on the next round. And they sitting up there playing around with what you got going on. They might bring in wine. Wine say, hey boy, what's going on? What's going on, my friend? Hey, no, wine, you get out of here, man. You take all the girls. They didn't already seen you. So go ahead and tell them. Y'all don't listen. Y'all not going to understand until you get about 30, 35. And then you got a whole bunch of bodies lined up on your resume. And then the man say, well, you was hanging out at that golf club. I seen you. Well, if you was in there, why didn't you come talk to me? I was a server there. That was you that gave us a cocktail that day. Yeah, that was me. I saw you come up in there. And I was the one who tried to tell you to stay away from them boys. And you didn't listen to what I told you. And now, here you are. But you know what? You do you. I hear it's still a good club. I hear that the men in there still look great. So continue to go ahead and do whatever you want to do. Go ahead and tell them this stuff. And I guess it's a good business. They're going to keep on signing up for your business, thinking that they're going to find something. They're not going to find nothing but another body.